First, we have Team Heart Nanaha, played by Lumi-chan. Nanaha is...
a dark persuasion monk who really does not act dark at all, who's human.
Next, we have Saya, Water Ganassi, played by moi. She's going for a swim today, and we're all excited.
For different reasons, but yes.
Next, we have Raz, played by Mazegus. Raz is...
a Shadar-kai fighter barbarian who may or may not be going for a swim. We're not really sure.
Blah, 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 blah.
Next, we have Pocket, played by Desanay. Pocket is...
You making it today, don't worry. A Tabaxi Phantom who totally is not going in the water.
Next, we have Team Mom Verity, played by the one and only Mr. Pounce. Verity is...
the Divine Soul Warlock, Sorcerer, who is, always horny, but that's probably because she's a tiefling.
Next, we have soon-to-be the only holy man left in Barovia, as well as Lumberjack Jesus, Axel, played by Lennon Marks. Axel is...
a human devotion paladin / light cleric, and probably not going in the water because I don't think he swims, or he probably sinks rather.
And last, but definitely not least, we have our GM extraordinaire, Fluffy Snowfall, and I would like to take a quick moment to ask the chat to wish a happy birthday to both Fluffy and Lumi-chan, as it is their birthdays today.
Aw, thank
Happy
you.
birthday!
Aw,
Sorry you have to spend it with us.
I quite like it, thank you very much.
Actually, Lumi specifically said we're not doing anything on our birthday so we could play this.
There's too many people out and about on our because it's a Saturday, so we should do this. Yes, yes. Ha
All right, well, take it away, Fluffy.
All right. Having had quite a fun little adventure upon the return to Valakai, the party decides what to do going forward, and at the behest of the Water Ganassi's Saya, she is going to be going on a swim to explore the depths of Lake Zarovich. And I believe everybody was going to be meeting up. Something of note, part of the party went to the toy maker Blinsky to ask about the strange mechanical man that they found. And it turns out that Blinsky in fact did know this creature and begged for his more or less opportunity to study. While they were there, though, they found an interesting little doll. Or at least we're told about interesting little dolls relating to our good friend Verity. And at this point, we have the group reconvening at the lake shore.
I'm not going in the stupid water.
No one's asking you to. Don't worry.
Exceptionally unlikely you would be able to follow Saya to the depths she needs to swim to. In the first place.
The only one that sorta could is Roz, and that's about it. What? Axel could follow, but I don't think he could ever come back up from it.
Yeah, that would be a bit of an issue.
Meanwhile, Saya has been, tying her lantern to her hip, has put the goggles over her eyes and has deposited Mogget with either Nanoha or Verity, whichever.
She has goggles?
The goggles of night.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought she had, like, cool water ganassi goggles.
Just
Built
the ones that you were given in exchange for.
Pocket soul? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
In essence, yeah.
He wasn't using it anyway.
Can they
Ooh,
take it if
sick
it's
burn.
already been offered for the darkness?
I don't know. That's for lawyers to figure out.
Saya, do you want me to go down and assist you? Or you feel confident that you can do it by yourself?
I'm feeling quite confident in myself.
Well, we should at least keep to the shore within range of Mogget, in case she needs to summon assistance.
So I just want to let you know, Saya, the lake itself is about 5 miles wide.
Yeah, like, Mogget doesn't have a swim speed, so they wouldn't be able to keep up, which is... So, I mean, like, Saya's not going to tell them, but Mogget is not going to be a good indicator of what's going on down there.
And here I was thinking you could send him a message to scree at us.
As long as I'm within 100 feet, Mogget can communicate telepathically very simply with me, but that's with anybody, and that's not the part of the familiar / pact of the chain thing.
Okay, thumbs up. Don't die. Good luck.
We have a. How many people does that rowboat sit that we have a patch for? I guess we till we pull it off, but we could boat out some amount.
It would be enough to fit the group.
Okay.
We could go floating.
I mean,
Can
if you-
everyone here swim? Because if something happens and something large or dangerous or many things that might be dead and dangerous come chasing Saya out of the water, I don't particularly want to be on a boat when we encounter them.
I don't know how to swim. I figured I could just wing it.
Right.
Good reason for me to stay on the shore.
In the boat if Nanaha can't swim.
Shore monkeys and keep the boat in case we need to row it out? Question mark?
Weren't you all going to talk to, whatever that man's name was who was dumping things into the lake?
Ludo?
That sounds correct.
I mean, it's either that or you pull off the patch of boat.
Up to you guys.
Considering that there are some of us who don't know how to swim, I don't like the idea of putting us out in the middle of the water unless any of you can make us not drown. So we wait on the shore for Saya to come back. That seems like the plan here.
If she's swimming to those, or at least toward those islands over there, that's like multiple miles. This is. I mean, I know she's a strong swimmer, but that's still going to take some time.
What we can always do is, while Saya's checking things out, we can work on teaching some of you how to swim in the shoreline here.
You could also
Nope, that's
start walking
I wouldn't be
toward
opposed.
the islands to meet me there.
But is this? So it looks like on the map that like the coastline is exposed a little bit. Can that actually be walked?
It can, but there is the risk of going through the forests and encountering things, because something you've noticed and kind of experienced, most people stay out of the woods. So it's certainly something you could do, but it might be a bit more dangerous.
Well, I'm fine with swimming. Not the strongest swimmer in the world, but I can do it. Um, so I'm fine with going out on a boat. I'm fine with going through the woods because it's woods. I'm also fine to help some of you learn how to swim while Saya's doing her thing.
How about Saya goes out and swims, and we quick talk to Bluto and try to borrow his boat? What are people's thoughts?
Well, we have a boat if we're going to use a boat.
Well, that's a patch that could be good in case of emergencies. And where the heck are we going to store it afterwards?
I'm with Nanaha on this one. Why we use one of our own things if we can get somebody else's?
I mean, for the record, there aren't many lakes in Barovia.
I heard of this in a story once, though. If we want, we can take a boat, flip it upside down, and use it to collect the air, and then walk along on the ground under the water.
Yes,
Do you have any idea how much strength it would require just to hold a boat like that under the water, and then with a limited? No.
Yes, Pocket
Are
actually is correct. The 6 of us, well, 5 of us, would probably consume the breathable air in that boat in about 10 minutes.
So we've got 10 minutes of looking around, and then we get to the surface.
Or we could just trust Saya, which is strangely my vote.
But none of these options get Pocket in the water.
I promise you that's a good thing.
How about we trust Saya then and just get some swimming lessons for we non-swimmers? And Pocket can remain dry unless he gets splashed while one of us is kicking water.
I'm gonna climb a tree, the closest tree to the shore, and just look out over the water.
All right. Well,
I'll
Saya,
wait here.
okay. If you're going to go, then go safely. And I'm going to cast aid on Saya, Nanaha, and Raz.
That hurts my feelings a little bit, but okay.
So, extra 5 HP?
It's not a diss on anyone not to get the spell on them. It means they don't go down in a fight so often.
I will say, though, it'd probably be better to put it on people who are a little less squishy than me.
It's fine. I was just teasing him. My God.
No, that was his god.
I never get to pick on Lennon at all. Let me have this.
Good. I just figured that like mechanically, it's more hit points for Raz.
Right, well, Saya's decided that all of this is enough and she's in the water. She's lucky, or Pocket is lucky she didn't decide to shape water over onto his tree on her way, but,
That would have been either or.
As she's swimming out, I want to pay attention to the water around her and see if there's like dark shapes or anything that are coming up to just grab her.
From the shoreline, you don't see a lot that really is telling.
I think you kind of cut out there.
Also, Nev, you're really muffled.
Everybody's been pretty muffled today. I think Discord's having a time.
This is not allowed. Discord, how dare you? Lumi?
Or Fluffy? Anybody?
It's pure mayhem.
You being here always helps,
Uh-oh.
HPT.
Quick, pounce, vamp.
So, on the mating habits of tabaxi, very
Wait.
interesting treat.
Yes, it is barbed.
Ew!
Is that not where we're
What?
going?
No, gross.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lumi said frick, so they have some internet.
Yeah, I see Fluffy's out of the Discord, and there goes,
There goes
Lumi.
Lumi.
Uh-oh, yep. Confirm internet problem.
Okay, whew, all right, whew, all right.
So you sure you don't want to learn how to swim, Pocket?
Yep, very sure. Very, very sure.
But what happens if you're fighting Strahd and get thrown overboard into the river like the mage from the story we heard?
Well, then I will catch onto the wall and climb back up.
You know, if you spent half as much energy on solving our problem of being trapped in Barovia as you did torturing Pocket, you might single-handedly be able to find us a way out of here.
Well, from my perspective, I had found us a way out, and that was summarily dismissed with great ire.
Technically, he's right.
I mean,
Besides, we're doing a lot of side things based on the agreements that we've made. We have this list from Madame Ava that I'd be more than eager to look into when we have some spare time, but we've been jaunting from place to place that we want to do jobs for and quests for and, run errands for people.
to be fair, we have gotten to a few places on Madame Ava's list.
So what do you think our plans should be after this little excursion?
That depends on what Saya finds or doesn't find in the water.
I suspect her excursion will lead us to those outlet or those inlet islands as well.
There is an old lady who I owe a visit to, and who has really great treats.
Is that the ones that incapacitated you? I would prefer not to feed you those, actually.
I don't know about incapacitated, but it was definitely a wild ride.
You were absolutely incapacitated. You were screaming at milk laying on the floor of a tavern.
Even
That sounds about
Mogget
right.
gives Pocket a judgmental look, having Saya's memories.
I mean, it sounds like a great day at a tavern to me. I don't know what you're all caught up in.
Yes,
I
having to
wonder-
drag around a 7-foot cat person is very, very fun. You should try it sometime.
Hey, at least we've got help for it now.
Wasn't she the one who was collecting children as well?
Yeah, she was.
From parents who had offered to give them away.
That doesn't make it better.
I do believe we've already had this discussion once and reached some sort of consensus. Why revisit the issue? As she desperately tries to stop the debate she knows is fucking coming again.
Don't eat children,
I still think
unless
she's nice.
baked into tasty little pies. Then you can eat the pie because you don't know it's made of children.
Was that in character?
No, God, I mean,
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, what?
sorry. The perils of being too shy to do a voice is I need to make clear when I'm not my character.
Well, while we're sitting around, letting Saya do her thing, Verity, when we were at the Belinsky toy shop, he advised us that someone had requested a doll made of you, or made looking like you.
Excuse me?
Yes, the same person who had been collecting dolls of Irina had been asking for a doll to look like you.
And he... What? What? Who was this? Did you... Yeah. Did he say who it was?
I believe it was the same gentleman who has such a lovely left arm or right arm of a similar lineage to you.
Ugly, brutish Izek.
Did he say why he wanted a likeness of me?
I assume same reason he wants the likeness of Irina. Same reason his right arm's so big.
Maybe he wants you two to play house.
If Verity could kill with her looks, the tree Pocket is sitting in would have withered into dust at that comment.
I mean, looks from Verity can kill. She just has to cast a spell too.
Well, she wouldn't because Pocket's in the tree, and she's her whole thing is don't let your emotions lash out like that. I don't have blind HPG. I was gonna take it, but we're not high enough level.
Anyway, thought it'd be an interesting thing for you to know. Apparently, you have a fan.
Well, then I know what I'm going to do after Sai returns from the lake.
Go sign autographs.
And Verity just starts. I guess she has a seat. It sort of looks like meditation, but the expression on her face is basically brooding.
Mogget looks over at Raz and just like chomps the air. That's their logic.
Hi, sorry about that. Stream difficulties due to heated blanket.
Wait, really? It was caused by a blanket? I was ready to like spear your ISP.
No, it was caused by blanket.
The blanket was plugged in. Just the base of it wasn't plugged into the actual blanket. So I grabbed that and put it to that, and apparently it poked the wrong cord somewhere, and then everything died. I am so sorry.
Oh my god. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, electricity shit is scary. Okay, alright, well, all right.
No, it was just she knocked the cord out.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a crispy. I promise.
All right. So the last thing I was asked was if there were dark shapes going after Saya. No.
Yeah. Okay.
And the rest of y'all have just been vamping.
Yes, we'll just have it known that since Raz went and ran his mouth about the Verity doll, she has begun brooding and under a thinly veiled meditation disguise. So for the entire duration of Saya's thing, she will be sitting there getting an extra stack of the brooding buff/debuff every few seconds until Saya comes back.
So we'll have to send you to the either the tavern or the church for the next day. All right. Saya,
Yes.
what would you like to swim out to?
She would probably swim out the full 30 feet of her movement and then start swimming down.
Okay.
Try and give herself enough space that she can actually get some distance underneath.
All right. You submerge yourself below the surface of the water. It is particularly cold. You notice bits of old decrepit boats that have been sunk here for ages. The lake is deep. It is incredibly deep. You swim down for what seems like ages. Couple 100 feet, you finally start seeing the lake bed. There are some manner of fish. They look rather gaunt and almost skeletal. Scarce and kind of sparse swimming around. They look at you with almost collapsed eyes.
Lovely. Alright, well, I'll start moving towards the, eastern side of the lake, like towards the islands, looking for the underwater cavern that was
Okay.
in my dreams.
Alright, you'll be swimming. I'm gonna need you to make me an athletics check, please. So you swim out for a good long while. You're starting to get kind of fatigued. You haven't really seen any signs of underwater caverns. Your arms, your legs kind of ache. You see more shipwrecks down here. Not a lot of wildlife. You see bodies, skeletons. Who knows how long they've been there.
Does it look like there's anything shiny on them, or anything I would want to check?
Roll perception. You see some very faint light reflecting. Not a lot. I mean, you're down deep enough that the light is very dispersed. You swim over and you see some coins and just some small fragments of gems. In total, about 20 gold and 5 silvers worth of coinage and gem.
Alright, I'm just gonna add that to my inventory as as inventory for the moment and deal
Yeah,
with
go
it
ahead.
after.
All right. You keep going.
Yes, I do.
All right. You keep swimming out, and there is a. You're kind of your vision kind of goes dark, which is confusing because you are wearing those dark vision goggles. However, the water in front of you goes a jet black. And there's a sharp pain in your side.
Ow. I feel like I just got bit by an octopus.
You take 5 points of piercing damage. All right, Saya, I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
No way.
Well, gee, I'm glad we got to meet Saya. Good game. I can't wait to meet the next character. I can't. Promise.
I believe in Saya.
All right. In front of you, you see. Well, when your vision clears, you see just kind of a large writhing mass of tentacles, and in them you kind of see some scaled hands holding onto a trident.
Oh boy.
Your blood intermingling with the cold lake water. Swimming towards you, you also see kind of crab-like humanoids. They're chittering at each other in something that you can't entirely understand. Alright, so top of the round. The octopi people go first. Okay. That's another 4 points of piercing damage as it swings its trident at you. Another one's coming in, and this one's going to try and attempt to grab you with its suction-y tentacles. That's a 13 to hit.
Yep.
Yep. Or nope.
Yeah, no, my AC is 12. I didn't have a turn to trigger the bark skin, so.
Okay, okay. Okay, that's 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're grappled. Okay, that's their turn. The crabbies are going to start swimming towards you as well. And now it's your turn.
Let's Alright, so here's one we haven't seen in a while. We're gonna go ahead and cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay.
So that is being cast at 3rd level, so...
That'll be 15 temp hit points.
Sorry, I was trying to count. I'm just so bad at it.
No worries.
That is unfortunately the only thing I can do. Because I can't cast another spell that casts a slot.
Okay. All right. The other remaining humanoid octopus hybrids make their way towards you and start swinging their tentacles at you as well. The armor causing just layers of frost to shred through their body. Their purplish, blackish blood mixing with your blood swimming in the water. You take another... Between the three of them, you take 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
I can math. Hey, Val.
Second. Alright. The crab-like creatures are going to be swimming in as well. And one of them takes a large, oversized claw and tries to clamp down around your neck. Okay, that's a hit. Okay, that's 12 points of bludgeoning. And then you see one of them, bubbles kind of coming out of their mouth as they start speaking some language that you're not really sure of. And your vision goes dark and you fall asleep.
No save?
No save on sleep. Assuming it's a sleep spell.
It's a sleep spell and it's based on your hit points. So I rolled enough hit points to put you to sleep.
Isn't terribly hard to do with sleep.
Okay, meanwhile, on the shore...
Do we even know that anything has happened?
Not really. She said she wanted to go out alone, and it's been about an hour and you haven't seen her yet.
Is that normal?
She had to go a ways, I suppose.
We
No
probably
change on the. Sorry.
we probably should have given her a time limit of how long we'd like her to stay down for.
Have any of us learned how to swim in the meantime?
And no change on the surface of the water.
No.
How long do you think until we should try fetching her? If any of us even can.
I mean, where'd she even go? I mean, I know she was heading over toward those, but I don't know what she was looking for under there.
Do we think her pet would be able to home in on her location?
You got close enough, maybe.
So what, we're gonna go around on the boat and go, Saya, and just have it squawk until it pings back?
I'm getting the feeling that if the water was shallow enough that Mogget could talk to her, then we'd be getting something back by now.
Even then, the lake is too big. Like there's a limit to how far they can talk.
So I don't like the fact that we're going to have to go into the water at some point.
Probably.
Well, how long do we want to wait? I mean, this thing is multiple miles across. I don't know how strong of a swimmer she is, but that could take hours just across, even if she was on top of on the surface, let alone underground or underwater, looking around, searching for things.
She's a water genasi, so I would guess at least decent at swimming.
Saya, you eventually come to. You find you're still underwater. The creatures are surrounding you. And you find your mouth gagged with thick rope made of underwater plant material. And your hands tied behind your back.
She's gonna
The one-
just.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, she's just gonna look at the crab people because they're the ones that are actually like speaking. And unfortunately, she can't like primordial grump at them about this. But
One of them kind of looks at you, the one that you had, the one that had put you to sleep. You come with us now. She will want to meet you. No more fight.
Saya will just elegantly shrug. Like she's not going to fight them about this, but she's definitely at some point going to point out they bit first.
Oh, I know.
We know how Saya is going to be about this, but she's not going to fight them. Like she'll actually actively try to swim with them as much as she can with her hands bound.
They're going to basically two of the octopi, the tentacled people are going to be wrapping onto you and swimming as they drag you back to wherever it is they're going.
And the dreams did say there was a woman figure hunched over something, so this seems alright. took a lot of hits for something I wanted in the first place.
True. I mean, you were swimming out in the open, though.
Yeah, well, you know.
We all make decisions.
Yes, we do.
Another hour has gone by. No return of Saya.
How goes the swimming lessons?
I guess that depends on how well the others are trying.
I'm trying to learn to swim. I don't want to drown.
Axel can swim. He's just a paperweight at the moment.
I have no swim speed, so I assume I don't know how to swim, especially since I came from an area with no water.
I can get out of the water just fine. I don't like staying in it. But I suppose I have a question. While we're waiting for her, is there any other way for us to be under the water? Because that would be the only other way that we could even see what she's doing or where she's at.
Do you mean like a spell or something?
I suppose.
Where
Perhaps
is
there's
Mugga
someone in
during
town
all
who might
this?
have a spell.
They've been hanging out on Pocket's shoulder. Because Pocket is tall.
Ignore that wrong button. Also ignore that wrong button.
Okay. You cast protection from evil and good twice. You are doubly protected.
You're not supposed to use two. Never mind. All right, so at this point, Verity will stand up. The grass where she had been sitting, and about a couple inches around her, having just become brown and dead. And, if it really troubles you, we could always use the rowboat and go see if we can meet her over by the island she said she was swimming to. For all we know, she solved the problem and is gloating at her own prowess over the seas or something.
We can go over there. It's just, what are we going to do with the boat afterwards?
Well, we will probably need it to get back, won't we?
Yes, I'm talking about tomorrow, dear.
It doesn't really matter, does it? We're not going to need it after this, I would assume. And if we do, we can always put it somewhere, and we'll know where it is.
I think there's probably room in size lantern for a boat if we need it, or I'm sure there's a boat launch somewhere.
If anything, this does constitute the emergency where we would need to use it.
True.
It's not even an emergency. We're just checking up on her. She said she'd be fine.
But you never know. Maybe
failed.
maybe in the final encounter, Strahd will turn the entire castle into an ocean, and then you guys will be, I wish we had a boat. If only we didn't use that one item until the boss fight.
That would be real fucking
Yeah,
dumb, since
clearly.
he takes a lot of damage in running water.
I mean, I will say I can hold my breath for... I did it for over 4 minutes once. I could probably go a little longer if I need to.
Well, can you hold your breath for 2 hours?
Not that long, no. But
Is anyone wearing the cloak?
I am.
All right, prepare to be like molested while she like looks for the patch with the boat on it.
I can find it myself. Thank you very much. Yank.
You begin to peel off the patch on your cloak, and as the final thread snaps, suddenly in front of you is a rather sizable looking rowboat.
Ta-da!
That rowboat's like half a mile long. That's a rowboat.
Yes, I know. Not to scale.
The size of this motherfucker.
You have a row yacht.
We're just gonna go and challenge Harvard for their rowing prowess. That's all.
Pocket, help us get it into the water.
Sure.
They're smart asses.
I thought it was cool. Yeah, I wasn't complaining. Please don't kill me next.
If I was still a fucking raven, I could at least fly back to town and tell them what we're doing and just set a time limit. We failed to do that with Saya. It feels weird to not do it again.
Pocket, you run really fast. You could run to town and run back.
I mean, yeah, but... Yeah, actually, you guys go out on the water. I'll go do that.
Absolutely not.
Run
I'm not
back
going
into
anywhere.
town.
Okay, he's gone.
I'm gone. Running back to town, I will tell Erwin what we're doing. The fact that Saya's been gone for about 2 hours. I haven't heard from her, so we're going out on the lake. Also, if he knows anybody with, I guess, water-related spells, that would be great.
Let me go fetch the person I know who knows water things. Oh wait, that's the one that hasn't come back yet.
Hey, I was just trying, alright? And I'll zoom back to the group.
How fast do you have to be to run across water? Can he do that?
Much faster than he can.
Oh, damn.
Also, he would have to cross class to do dope monk shit.
But I'm assuming that whole thing probably still took another 20, 25, 30, 20 minutes, whatever.
20. Still no Saya.
Were we rowing off without Pocket?
No, I would assume no, because, we leaving someone alone in Barovia.
I was about to say, how much practice do we have rowing a boat? Maybe we're just trying to figure out how to turn left.
While we're waiting for Pocket to return, Roz finds a reasonably heavy rock, ties his rope around one end, and the other end he ties to the inside of the rowboat.
Okay.
This will allow me to look for her under the water and then switch up for air as long as my shadow stays on the...
All right, so we have Raz-based sonar.
Guess so.
Well then, Margit, for whatever length it gives us, stay with Raz, and if he goes below the water, I guess you'll know if Saya's around.
They chirp.
Yeah, the plan is to just hold on to the rope while they move around on the surface, and then keep my eye out, and then when I need air, switch up, breathe, switch back, kind of thing.
All right. You will be very wet and soggy.
I don't care. I'm a barbarian.
Saya.
Yes.
Glub glub. What feels like quite a while. You are unceremoniously dragged underwater by these creatures. And when you think that, when you're like, okay, when will this ever end? You are finally dragged up on shore. And they throw you on, basically they bring you onto a beachfront of a small little island and, little island delta. And they throw you next to a younger woman in priest robes who is also tied up. The one that had been talking to you. You wait. She come talk to you soon. And they will remove your gag at that point.
So they've been talking to me in common then?
Aquin.
Awkward. She'll just respond back, you know, that was an awful lot of effort. If you guys had just told me that you'd have brought me here, it would have been much quicker.
Just kind of snorts at you.
Is she just gonna turn and look what she assumes is Matilda over?
Mm-hmm. And she kind of looks at you. She's tied up. You're both kind of tied up to a large wooden post that's driven into the ground.
She'll switch over to common just quickly. Ah, Axel's been looking for you.
Sorry, you were very garbled.
She's going to switch over to common and direct at Matilda. Axel's been looking for you.
You are those adventurers, yes?
Nod.
Why are you here?
I have my own reasons.
I hope those reasons are worth it.
We'll see.
As you all, or as you're kind of waiting there, making awkward small talk, she is very kind of groggy. While it's not comfortable, it can constitute a short rest, and you can get your spell slot back.
Does that mean I could
this
also
point-
use a hit die in that? Or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You can use hit die, yeah.
I actually have to roll it because Ma gets away.
Yep.
It's okay.
Just doing one?
Well, at a time. You can do them at a time.
Keep rolling them like you roll max hit. What the fuck?
Oh no, Ma gets away. I don't get max healing.
Yeah, you know.
Right? Fuck that.
Well, there you go.
Oh my god,
also-
a 4. That's bullshit.
Armor of Agathist is down now, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'd assume because they did 26 in that, so they'd have killed it in there.
Yeah. I mean, they all took the 15 cold damage.
Yeah, I'm sure the sudden icicle shards into their tentacles felt great.
Oh, definitely.
Aid is still up, though, if you want to heal up those hit points as well.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure I wanted to put all of my hit dice into that, but you round. Yeah. So it's 58. Alright, that's enough, because that already puts me into 8 HP. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Matilda's probably just like slowly watching his side is like, yep, okay, that's healed. That's good.
Eventually, you see this this just like hunched over, gnarled, bluish green skinned woman. Just kind of crawling out of a hole, like a pool in the ground, hidden behind all those trees, and she'll come on over. My associates told me there was an interloper. And what is the pleasure of your arrival?
So would this be does this look like the womanish figure hunched over the stone table from my dreams?
Yes.
Saya will smile brightly. Great madam, it's a pleasure to meet you. My grandfather sent me dreams to come here.
Sorry to pull back the curtain, Nevi. Did you ever give your grandfather a name?
No.
Okay, thank you.
At some point, probably. Or unless you do it now and then he has a name.
Also, I need you to make me a wisdom save, please. Alright, as she gets closer, there's just various things about her. Yeah. There are various things about her that are just very unnerving. And she's not pleasant to look at. I will definitely tell you that.
If my meta-knowledge thought on this is correct, I'm sure that's to be the case.
Yeah. So, you are Arnav's brat. I should have known he would have sent someone to intervene.
Usually he's not that clear on what my tasks are. Just gives me a location and people to meet and lets me decide what I do.
And what is your plan now that you are here?
Well, do you know why this lake is spewing undead?
Why, yes, those would be my servants.
Taking children?
Well, of course. The innocent make for the best sacrifices when you wish to tear down the veil between the worlds.
Ah, yes, there is a lot of power in the blood of
Your-
an innocent.
Your ancestor is the reason I am stuck in this land. And so, forgive me if I'm not very welcoming of your arrival.
Ah, but madam, I'm also stuck here.
That is good. At least there is some retribution for the wrongs he has done.
You can view it that way.
Mathilda's just kind of interrupts. I swear by the Morning Lord, if you do not release us and these children, escaping from here will not be the worst of the things you will have to worry about. Do not worry, young priestess. I am not scared of your morning lord. Clearly, his hand is absent in this land. So, a bound and castrated god is something I should be afraid of, huh? She just kind of snarls. He is not bound or castrated. He will save us. And so he will. So, whelp. She turns to Saya. Once again, what is your plan now that you are here?
Is it just her? Like, can it, so, like, we're
Right
on...
now, yes.
Okay. And we're on an island inlet?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can I see out across the lake at all?
You can see across the lake, yes. But eventually you just see water.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Mists and stuff. Alright.
Mists and water. You do see on the other side of the delta where eventually there is land.
We did start our way out across the lake, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll take a few hours for you to get there too, so.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure that was carried across. Cool. Carry on.
Oh yeah, no.
I have not decided on a plan yet. I was mostly doing reconnaissance. I like to think things through. Make sure I don't make the wrong decision. I'm sure you can imagine how impetus can really come back to bite someone.
I see. So it is reconnaissance to go out alone and be ambushed without any help of backup.
Well, sometimes you really just need some time alone.
Well, that is good to know. I will remember your impertinence when I have completed my ritual. Perhaps yours will be the final sacrifice I will make to tear down the veil. It would be very fitting.
Or it will destroy the whole ritual. I am definitely not innocent.
No, but you are powerful, and that is enough. And she is going to turn and head back into the trees, and you hear the sound of a sploosh.
So I was going to turn to Matilda. Look. Shut up. Like, if you want as many of you and these kids to get out of here alive as possible, let me do the talking.
You were doing such a great job of it there, I'm sure. She was clearly shaking in her boots in fear.
Yes, well, I could just leave you here.
I do not know why your friends travel with such a selfish creature. And she just kind of faces the other way and stops talking.
Wow, Axel sure picks the good ones. So can I see the children from where I'm currently tied up?
You don't see any children. The only things you see on here is there's a grove of trees in the center of this area, and you can see what looks like some sort of table set up on the other side. And you see a few potion bottles.
Where are the children?
In her lair.
Great.
Underneath this island.
Let's see. Is there any of my shenanigans?
Alright. Meanwhile, I would like the rescue party to tell me what they're up to.
Rowing towards the islands that we had talked about.
Yeah, if Raz is being our sonar, then I assume Axel is doing at least half the rowing.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Freaking out.
So what I'm going to need is I'm going to need a series of skill checks from people.
Okay.
Anyone who is trying to be on the lookout for either Saya or the island, I will need perception checks. Anyone wishing to try and navigate, I'm going to need a survival check. And anyone doing the actual rowing, I will need athletics, and I will need a con save when I ask for one.
Anyone good at Constitution aside from our sonar?
I mean,
Technically, yes, but she doesn't have the athletics.
I can do the rowing, probably.
I figure perception is probably the most applicable version of those for the sonar.
Yep.
And so the last one we need is survival, huh?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you three are taking those respective roles, I will need another set of those roles from you as well.
You guys have any idea how long it takes for water to dry out of an undercoat?
Is anybody watching on the surface as well? Because I'm underwater.
I figured
Oh, I'll
Pocket
do
was
that.
doing the surface ones.
Alright, then I'll need 2 from Pocket as well. Alright, and Axel, can I get a con save, please?
Yeah. You said we can use advantage after the fact?
Yes.
That's fine. I'll go with that.
Okay. Alright, so several hours out on the boat, and you are rowing and rowing and rowing. Roz, you are off and on underwater, then on the boat, then underwater, cold and soaked through. You don't notice any sign of Saya, other than you see some of the gaunt fish kind of swimming around the area near a wrecked ship. And they seem like interested in nibbling at things on the wreckage.
When he pops out at that point, he'll kind of look around. There's a shipwreck down here. I don't see Saya or anything, but this might be a place to note for later. and then go back down.
All right. Nanaha, you are trying to find ways to orient the boat. And you notice that the wind is picking up a little bit. So you try to direct away from the way that the wind is blowing. And it seems good for a little while until the water starts rocking the boat back and forth as the waves begin to pick up and the wind begins to blow harder. Seems that you've accidentally navigated the boat into a rainstorm.
Glorious.
I will need everybody on the boat to make me a dex save, please.
I'm going to use my inspiration there.
Okay.
Disastrous.
The boat begins to rock back and forth, until your forward momentum begins to slow down and eventually stop as you hear the splash of Axel being thrown overboard.
So is Roz above or below water?
Given that I can hold my breath for 4 minutes at a time easily, odds are below. But I mean, ultimately, that's up to Fluffy.
You can be
Can
below
you-
at this time.
Can he do a catch?
Yeah, I mean, he's directly below, though, not at the side. And Axel's not plummeting, it's just, with the heavy armor, he's able to tread water without sinking. Pocket, while you're up there, you do see a dark shape in the water moving towards Axel. Roz, you start to see the shape come closer. Eventually, it gets into the full view, and it seems to be some sort of tentacled humanoid creature that is completely scaled. It is unlike anything you've seen before.
Bow and arrow. Take an aim, but I'm not firing yet. Somebody get Axel!
Do you even know how arrows work when shot into water? Help us get him out of the... She huffs over. Yeah, she's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm the one that has to pull the man in heavy armor out of the boat, into the boat.
I'll
Okay.
assist.
Axel, I would like you to roll a athletics check with advantage, and whoever's helping to roll a straight athletics.
I can't help to give advantage.
You can help to give the person... So if you and Verity are doing it together, then you can get an advantage roll too.
You said athletics?
Yes.
Verity, do you have any athletics?
No, she's got a...
Okay, I'm gonna roll at advantage then.
Sorcerers known for their, physical prowess, obviously.
I have a strength modifier of 0. What can I say? And Saya is surprising, so I had to ask.
You're able to pull Axel on board, and right as you do, you see this large rubbery tentacle lash out at where Axel was in the water. You see the tip of the tentacle breaching the surface of the waves, grasping at nothing. Roz, underneath, you see this thing kind of looking at you before it darts back further underwater, realizing that its quarry got away.
Did it just go straight down? Did it go off at a direction?
Went straight down.
He'll kind of take an extra minute to make sure his hand is well wrapped within the rope so that he doesn't try to get pulled away.
Mm-hmm. It seems to have gone for what it thought would be a quick grab, but swims away.
look around. Do I see any more of those within the 60 feet I can see?
No, not within the radius that you can see. Continuing onward, after y'all reconvene and get out of this rainstorm, the wind has died down somewhat. You keep rowing. Roz, you are focused on looking for Saya. Can you roll me just a d6? As you are looking around, you feel a crack at the back of your head. As you failed to, as you were looking down, you didn't notice that there was a shipwreck getting kind of close to the surface. You were focused on the other way, and as the boat was being dragged, you got basically dragged into the mast of the ship. And you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
For comedic purposes, does the surface Roz also flinch?
No.
Okay.
It's actually probably really disturbing on the surface because he's sitting stock still, just directly where he has always been, probably toward the middle of the boat, just holding on to his seat, unmoving, unblinking, unmoving at all.
And here I was thinking he was going to T-pose for dominance.
No, it's basically that there's a glossy JPEG of Raz sitting on the boat.
Just looks like Roz.
A little paler than usual.
A few more hours go by, and you finally can see the small island shapes off in the distance. As you get closer, there's a greenish glow emanating from the group of them.
Well, that's unnerving.
Saya, you also see the greenish glow. There seems to be bursts of green coming from a hole, from that grove of trees in the center of the island.
Oh, that's probably not good.
Axel says something probably very similar upon seeing this. And it's like, well, I think we know where we're going. And
Yeah, to the green glow.
and tries to
Are we
point
saying
both at
Sai is there? Because I don't want to go there.
You can hang out on the boat, but then tentacle monsters might get your pocket.
This is why I hate the water.
For once, you're right. There are monsters under the water. I saw it.
But delicious fish live in the water pocket.
The only redeeming quality of the water.
Yes, never mind that your body is made up of mostly water and you need it to survive. The only good thing about it is that there's fish.
Yes.
Do you swim, or do you maneuver the rowboat to try and find a place to shore?
Yes. Or to the on the islands. Like I'm just gonna beach it on the small islands.
All right.
Would I have seen them approach? Oh, okay.
Yep. You'll have seen them as they start to pull the boat onto shore. You can see them. There's a shipwreck in front of you, so it's kind of hard, but you can see bits of movement, and then eventually you see familiar faces intermingling amongst that.
Finally.
Did we hear her say that?
Depends on how loud she was.
She was absolutely as extra loud as she could be. Just, you hear all of the exasperation. Finally!
You didn't tell us how long to wait to come get your ass.
Why are you out landing down under the water?
There's some chittering on the other side of the beach that you're on.
You guys should probably draw your weapons.
Shadow out. Well, again,
up.
still out.
All right. No time to put my shield on, so I'll be using my glaive.
All right. One moment.
Roll initiative.
Yep, I would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
I clicked
Don't
my
forget to
token.
click on yourself.
I remembered to click on myself, not that it did much good. Initiative's bad today, I see.
Wow, guys, you were not supposed to go off of my Nat 1 initiative earlier as the example.
Hey, I did 5 times better than you. I don't want to hear it.
And to be fair, I mean, Saya is the leader of the water brigade here, so we just assume that's what you're supposed to do here.
Only Pocket broke initiative rank.
And even then, it's only because, like the +4, I still rolled below 10.
You're just too freaked out about the fact that you're surrounded by water.
All right. And so, top of the round. The large, weird, octopoidal, humanoid creature begins kind of scuttling towards you in a very peculiar manner. Roz, where's your shadow?
I don't know, wherever. It'd probably still be on the boat if we kind of hopped off and then immediately got into combat. But
All right. It gonna attack you.
okay.
And it is going to just swings its massive tentacles at you. But what's strange is, like, with the way Axel is holding his glaive, in order to not cut itself, it has to try and maneuver around it, and the way that it's moving, you can almost sort of tell that it's not used to its body. And basically you just kind of get, like, rubbed down with tentacles. And no damage. One of the crab things runs at Roz as well. Large, it's got like one very large claw and one kind of small one, and it's running at you and tries to swing the large, oversized claw at you. It's like clouded over eyes, looking at nowhere at all as it swings. and with a large cloud of dust and sand, it slams its claw in front of you, not connecting. Nanaha, out of the beach next to you, you see another one of these crab type things rush out of the water. It kind of splashes as it jumps out and swings this large, oversized crab claw at you. You feel your vision go white as it hits your head. This throbbing pain. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. As the crab claw has cracked you.
Little shit.
Pocket?
Well, I'll go get Saya. Is this area next to us, like adjacent to Axel, Verity, and I, is that like walkable?
It is walkable, but it'll be difficult terrain because there is water lapping onto the shore.
Motherfuck. Still, feline agility, bonus action disengage with my cunning action or whatever it is, and let's see. Wait, so that'd be 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 55, 65, 70, 75, 80, I'm counting that, if I'm counting that right.
Mm-hmm.
You can save 10 feet of movement if you move through Verity and Axel's tiles and then do the slide over.
True. Okay. So 10 more feet closer. Ugh. Good enough, I guess. And nope. I said what I was going to do. So action dash and just get up to them to prepare to start helping getting them free.
Okay.
That's it.
No.
So there's a crab thing in front of me. I'm gonna punch the crud out of it.
Okay.
Hello, DM Jazzy Hands. How you doing?
Your first strike just kind of like you punch and it doesn't really feel like you're getting through the chitinous shell surrounding it. So you, with your second strike, put a little more force behind it, and you hear the cracking as the armor-like shell gives way. And you punch again, and there is very squishy blood meats. So strike 2, strike 3 hit.
All right, got it.
It is not looking very happy. Roz.
I would like to rage. The shadow then moves up and will go for a 1-2 stab at the one that dared hit his friend Nanaha.
Oye.
First one from the main character.
That hits. You stab your blood spear through it, and you hear this kind of like sickening sound as its shell starts to crack inwards. And you almost see like the life essence being drawn out of it. Go ahead and roll your temp hit die. And the blood spear just pulses with this bright red glow.
Then, since I can continue to move my character, the second shadow kind of moves up and stabs at that one with one of my incarnate attacks.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. And just this blast of shadow energy as its shell is pierced, and this like dark veins begin to kind of pulse around its completely clouded over eyes. It is not looking well.
All right, that's it.
Verity.
Well, it looks dead, and it looks like it's almost dead.
Yes.
Yeah. So, gross crab-looking things known for their wisdom.
Gross crab-looking thing rolled a 18.
Wise, gross crab-looking thing. Good use of my turn. Next.
Saya, you are still bound. You can verbal, but no somatic.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Thank you very much for the follow, AirTag. Yeah, she's just gonna... Okay, so the bark skin necklace, actually, is that just verbal to activate it, or...?
It's an action, but it's a free.
Oh, I thought it was...
There's no verbal.
Okay.
There's no verbal. It's a free action. You can do the thing.
Oh, I've been playing this whole time as if it was a full action. I'm going to activate the bark skin necklace and pull Mogget back to my shoulder.
Poof, poof.
So my AC is 16 and for the next 10 minutes.
Pocket, you see, like, Saya's skin go this brownish color as there's, like, craggles and cracks forming on the surface.
Are you a zombie?
No, you idiots. This is from the druids, remember?
Are you a druid zombie?
Why did I go before me?
Oh, because I math good.
Well, my action's going to be the same either way.
Yeah, so, Axel, now you go.
All right, excellent. Front end of the glaive goes into large tentacle man in front of me.
Okay.
Have advantage. Take the first one.
Yeah, that's the crit.
I mean, this guy seems tough, and I'm never going to have probably another great opportunity like this. So let's crit him with let's smite him with the first level one.
Oh, baby, here it comes.
Is this thing undead?
No, it is
Okay.
not.
Excellent. So glaive damage.
I would just like to congratulate Mr. Pounce on calling this natural 20 an hour ago.
And then go ahead and roll your double smite. Damn.
That's 41 points of damage there.
So you swing your glaive at it, and there is this just burst of radiant light as you connect. The thing screeches in unholy pain as just tentacles are severed off, and in this purplish black blood just oozes out of it. You really fucking hurt it. In It's screams of agony, however. You feel your vision go a little dark as something hits your face, as it sprays a jet of ink at you. Your next attack is at disadvantage.
Excellent. All right. So second attack, so kind of flailing wildly. I'm just going to try to butt end the crab dude. The Morning Lord is angry.
Yes, so
After me.
yeah, saying, fuck your disadvantage. You swing wildly, but you feel your blade connect with something hard, and you hear this just gurgling yelp as exoskeleton and flesh is cracked apart. Thing fall down. You get another attack, right?
Yeah, I get the second half of my attack action. So then, wiping the ink from my eyes and kind of glaring at Tentacle Man. We're going to try to play him. Or get him. I suppose I shouldn't assume it's gender. Oh, and that's not disadvantage. So I guess
that's a hit still. Swinging your glaive into it, you cleave through it some more. It is struggling to stand up, but it is still alive.
Right. And then I will use some of my movement to close the gap toward the center. And that's my turn.
All right. In retaliation and just a sort of general anger, that is a 19. Does that hit? Okay. It swings the remaining tentacles out at you, latching on tight, grabbing you in. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as it draws you in nice and close, and you're just covered in goo and ink and not good stuff.
Excellent. And I'm grappled, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Poke it.
What are their bounds made of?
Ropes.
Fine.
Seaweed ropes.
Gotcha. Pop out these claws like switchblades. Can I just free both of them?
You will have to make basically, you can free one at a time. You wouldn't be able to free both of them since you don't have 2 attacks.
Got it. Well, then, as I'm freeing Saya, I'll turn to the other lady and be like, can you fight?
I have nothing to fight with.
I have an extra blow.
That will have to do.
Well, then,
Make an attack against the ropes, please, just to see how much damage you do.
let's roll damage for claws.
Does he get to sneak attack the ropes because there's an ally adjacent to it?
Ropes don't have organs to attack.
That's fair.
Good call, though. Not enough to sever through them completely, but Saya could probably wriggle free on her turn.
Good enough. Yeah, well, that's it.
Then. Nanaha, you are up.
Pop, pop.
Okay. Okay. First strike hits. Second strike hits. Third strike does not. Okay. Oh wait, it got it reaction back. Please roll again. As you punch it, the one time it screams in pain, and a blast of ink is sprayed into your face.
Okay, so I guess I should re-roll 2 then, if it did it after the first hit.
It's your next attack, so just one attack's at disadvantage, so it'd be the middle one. So you can either say that 13 is what you would have rolled, or you could try again.
I'm gonna say the 13 is the middle attack then.
Alright, so then roll for your third. Alright, so just the one.
Woo, 5 damage. I'm gonna action surge that shit then. That gives me 2 more hits, yeah?
Wait, that's a fighter thing.
That's a fire thing.
Flurry of blows.
Flurry of
Sorry,
blows.
my last character was a fighter.
Okay. I was like,
You can flurry of blows. It would just give you one more because normally you can use your bonus as an offhand punch. So this will get you one more punch.
I'm annoyed. I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you wanna kill this squishy octopus thing that sprayed ink in your face?
I reach in, grab the ink sac, and throw it.
Axel, you are covered in more ink as you see Nanaha reach into this thing, rip off its beak and the associated ink gland, and just chuck it, this thing gurgling as its tentacles slip off of you, it falling forward with a wet squish.
I'm gonna wander over to the water and start washing my face off.
Go ahead.
If there's nothing else about, I'll just continue to get Saya free and the other lady.
Alright, sounds good. I'm gonna leave initiative order up for now, but combat is over for the time being.
Okay. Once the monsters go down, I'm going to start heading over to Saya and noticing Matilda be very relieved.
I am very relieved to see you here.
I'm relieved to see you as well, Matilda. And Saya as well. What is going on here?
there's a creature. She's trying to tear down the veil between this world and the next. She's going to sacrifice the children and has them in her lair.
Where is her lair?
Please tell me it's a house.
See a house?
Saya is actively laughing at Pocket.
There, in the grove of trees and bushes in the center, there is some sort of thing leading below.
Hmm.
Well, I will hand Matilda my short bow and 27 arrows.
Okay.
Raz is
You're
kind
with
of
us for the
looking
time
over
being.
what's down on the southern end of the island.
Alright, Roz, as they're helping Matilda get released, you make your way down towards the bottom, and you see a large brass cauldron, and inside there is a red viscous liquid bubbling, and just kind of bubbling and boiling away.
What's on the tables?
On the tables you see a kind of a rusted vial holder, and there are several bottles and vials being held on the table. Some of them are wrapped in seaweed leather. Some of them are on like rusted metal plates. They're all kind of like a greenish blue tint to them.
We'll start pocketing some of these like potions and vials, and then give the big cauldron of bubbling red a giant kick into the water.
Alright. You kick the thing into the water, and it... No. sploosh, and the red liquid kind of just sizzles off into the ocean, giving the, or not the ocean, the lake, giving the water a almost like bloody, frothy quality to it. And it just seeps away.
How many mysterious vials should I write down?
There are 6. After being freed, Matilda will head on over to Axel. I am very glad you came. Your friend. And she kind of gives a glare back to Saya. It has not been very comforting.
That is, yeah, she's not very good at that.
I mean, I stayed here so that you wouldn't just die.
I mean, it's not exactly comforting, Saya, but it is a thing you did.
I worry that her actions may potentially endanger others. She seems to be here on entirely selfish ventures.
Perhaps. But do remember, our faith is that of growth and growth and rebirth. A farmer doesn't curse a seed because it's in a crop yet.
No, but the priestess can curse the fates that led her predecessor to becoming a horrible monstrosity.
That is
yes,
true.
Yes. And Verity kind of like she doesn't shove, but she kind of just slides past Axel and sort of, I wouldn't say like feels up Matilda, but sort of like a very you know how the doctor like checks your lymph nodes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's kind of just like checking to see if she's hurt. Are you hurt?
I am fine, just weary. I've been tied to that post for days without food or water.
And she grabs
I'll
her,
offer up a ration.
wrist and looks at looks to see if there's like rope burns or anything.
There are some rope burns, yes.
Aw. Do they culminate in a hit point total?
No,
Okay.
but she will gladly take the ration and then will go to one of the shorelines and scoop up some unspoiled water.
So, do you happen to know how she gets down into her lair, Matilda?
No, I just know that he's in that grove of trees.
Well, sewn up your courage, cuz I think we're going in there.
Does
Right.
anyone see anything?
You do see that there is a like a kind of a valley, I guess. I'm just trying to think. A pit. There we go. There's a pit in the center, and on top of it is a very large stone boulder.
Well, I think we know how she gets down into her lair.
There is a on the boulder. It is oddly smooth shape, like smooth in design, and you actually do see some things carved into it. What languages can you speak?
Common, Undercommon, Elven, and Sylvan.
All right. You read the first line of the engraving. It's in Sylvan. It goes, "I can sparkle, but I'm not a star." But you cannot read the other two verses. There seems to be 3 lines.
He doesn't say that out loud because, smart. He just writes it down so that the others can see. This is the first stanza for everyone. The other 2 lines are in different languages.
Will you show it to me? I can speak several languages.
Sure, let me just turn this boulder around so you can read it.
Show me where it is on it.
Yes, I'll take a look in case Primordial's in there. Or
You'll be
Dwarvish.
able to take a look.
Axel speaks Celestial, Infernal, Common,
Celestial, Infernal, and Common,
and Elvish.
and Elvish. You can't read any of it.
Well, never mind.
Any of that Dwarvish?
Yes, actually.
Hey, I can read that too.
You can read the second line, Nanaha,
Okay.
and it states, "I can run, but have no legs."
I'll add that to whatever Roz is writing on.
But you can't read the third stanza.
Matilda, how many languages do you speak?
I speak the native tongue and Celestial.
Pocket? Oh, shit, he's in the bathroom. Oh, he's
What?
back. Pocket,
Yes.
come here. Can you read this last line, please?
Is it in Common or Elvish?
Nope.
No.
Then I can't read it.
Anybody got a spell that helps with that?
Yes, actually, but
Honestly, given the first 2 lines, I'm wondering if it's not a river. They can sparkle under the moonlight, and they do run, but have no legs.
I was just thinking water in general.
I don't know, maybe Saya should dump some water on this?
I'll shape water onto it.
You pull some of the nearby water, and the the boulder begins to kind of just sparkle and fade, and it entirely vanishes from sight. And you see a small deep puddle of, like a deep pool of water that goes downward.
Well, presumably, if she's got the children down there, unless she's spelled them to be able to breathe underwater, there should be air.
how fortunate that one of us can breathe underwater to go first and check.
I mean, there was a cauldron over on the other side of the island that got knocked over.
And you thought it was a potion of water breathing?
No, we're talking about cauldrons and such, so I figured I'd let you know that there was one that got knocked over there.
So just to be clear, we're sending Saya underwater alone again, and we're gonna see if she comes back.
I don't think.
This time Mugget should be in range, I'd think.
Hang on a second. Let's simple idiot test here. Axel is going to go up to it, like kneel down on the ground, and just stick his head into the pool.
You stick your head in the water.
Can I breathe in the water?
Make a Constitution saving throw because you just tried breathing water.
So is this test designed to prove he's an idiot?
All right, so
He
All right,
said that was-
yeah. Axel pulls his head out, coughs and sputters, water coming out of his mouth as he does so.
okay, that's not it. That's not the answer.
Well, I could have told you that.
Saya, can you move the water? Can you like lift the do the? You move water, right? Can you empty it so we can?
I can move 5 feet of water at a time, and I can destroy water. I don't know that I can destroy this much water.
Okay, I got a plan. Saya, you can go in the water, but this time you bring Mogget with you, with the instruction that if something happens to you, Mogget comes and gets us.
Can Mogget swim?
Mogget cannot swim.
Can Mogget drown?
Mogget cannot drown.
Well then, if Mogget can't drown, at least they can flounder their way back here.
Yeah, Mogget cannot drown because, and I quote, "You best be believing in ghost stories, Pocket. You're in one."
I want you guys to know that Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite movie series of all time.
Yay!
Yay!
pretty sure Mogget was down with Roz on the rope the entire last 3 hours. So,
No, Mogget was with Pocket.
oh, okay.
But she'll fasten Mogget, or have Mogget cling tightly to her. Alright, I shouldn't be terribly long. I'll look to see what we've got.
Would you like me to come with you?
Can you?
As long as I'm back where there's air in the next 5 minutes, yes.
Sure, we'll see if you guys can make it.
Okay. All right. So Saya and Roz are going under. All right. The two of you plunge into that central pool, heading straight down. Okay, I didn't fuck up the lighting on this too badly. I'm new to using the lighting tools. I apologize.
No, I think they're super cool, but they also look really tough to learn.
Yeah. You make your way down below the surface of the pool, heading down into a dark tunnel. You see the various walls. They're like underwater plant material, kind of kelp-like, clinging on. Gaunt fishes swim around, looking at you quizzically.
Are we supposed to have characters to move?
We do.
Yeah, check the right side of the map.
Ah! I didn't see them last time I scrolled over there. That would be why. Okay. I'm just gonna slowly move forward.
Alright, you make your way forward. Saya, you moving at your full speed, Roz at half speed. You see a bunch of variety of bones, and you do see some bodies in partial states of decay. Some of the fish are nibbling at the bodies. You do see several small humanoid skeletons scattered amongst the underwater cavern.
She probably eats them when she's not using them for sacrifices. But this is all still just completely underwater, right?
Yes.
How far down have we gone? Is this super deep? Is this kind of like a side view?
So, this is overhead at this point, but you did have to go basically straight down, like about a good 80 feet. And it seems like this cavern was carved out of the rock.
He would have his shadow kind of trailing behind him as well.
All right.
Now, here's actually an interesting question. I can move my shadow as a free thought for up to 30 within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes half my movement to transpose with him. So in theory, does that mean I can move like 30 feet, swap kind of thing at a time as I move back and forth?
You could potentially, but I would say your shadow would be subject to underwater movement as well, since it is sort of statted to be a alternate you.
Okay, fair enough. So in that case, I'll kind of leave it trailing behind so that if we need to escape faster, I have a little bit of a head start.
All right.
I'm going
Alrighty,
to
1
avoid
second.
going through the vegetation, but...
Okay, Saya, as you start swimming through the vegetation, you can start seeing that there are various, like, skeletal hands reaching up from the, kind of like the lake bed, reaching up towards you, swiping. And so as you swim up, you see more skeletal arms kind of swinging down from the ceiling of the cavern. And you take 6 points of piercing damage as these claws just swipe at you as you're swimming through.
Careful of the edges. Just kind of slip around the vegetation.
Roz follows the same path that she takes as carefully as he can.
The skeletal claws reach out towards you, however. You are able to twist and out of the way, and they don't seem to connect with you. As you swim past the vegetation, Saya, you find yourself up against a large set of bronze doors that go from the floor of the cavern up to the ceiling. They are very, very, very old, and there seems to be various carvings and figures designed into the surface.
Do I recognize any of those carvings, or...?
Roll me a knowledge arcana, please.
No, I don't.
Should I as
Nope.
well?
Yep, go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, you got no idea either.
Womp womp.
What are the odds?
I mean, you recognize something as a big serpent in the designs, but there's various, like, carvings in runes and things that just don't make any sense to you.
Sai's gonna turn back. We should probably go discuss the doors with them.
Raz nods, swaps places, and begins to head back out. Since he knows Saya can catch up to him.
All right. Yeah, probably about a few minutes later, maybe like 10 minutes, give or take. You see Saya and Roz pulling themselves out of the pool in the small grove, dripping with lake water.
Well, we didn't find any air pockets, but we did go down until we found doors.
Okay. Well, unless he's drowning the children on the way down, and there's some way he's getting from there alive.
You
You
muffled most of that.
You still got water in your mouth there, Axel?
Curse, you roll 20 or Discord or whatever's going on here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
now we can.
All right. I think I just need to yell a little more. Okay. So if there's no air down there, then we know, unless she's drowning the kids on the way down, we know she's doing something to keep them alive.
I guess while they were gone, could we have checked I guess what would just now be an empty table over there, and the knocked over cauldron, and seeing if there's any identifying or clues that way?
Are you proficient in alchemy?
Not at all.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. I forgot to set your skill for the day, so it's alchemy now.
There you go.
So go ahead and roll me an intelligence plus proficiency roll. Sorry, double proficiency because you took expertise.
Yes. So it would just be the intelligence roll plus 6.
Yes.
Add 6 to this. 15.
All right, so you all see Pocket heading over to that table, and he starts inspecting the cauldron that was knocked over, and the table and supplies. And as he is inspecting them, you see these humanoid shapes begin to manifest around him, looking like various, like, wizardy types, humans, elves, halflings, dwarves. There's about 5 of them that seem to be hovering around him as he's investigating. And, like, just barely perceptible, you see them directing where Pocket is looking. This does seem to be an alchemy, basically a small alchemy lab. The cauldron you inspect, and what is now dispersed into the lake, but still kind of in a puddle, was some sort of healing potion. And the various supplies you see on the table looks like there were ingredients for brewing water-breathing potions.
Okay. Well, I'll explain that to the group, and then say that if we can at least find or gather... I'm assuming I don't know that Roz took these potions already, but
No,
if we can find whatever they used to make those potions, we can just breathe the water and go down.
I like to imagine that's when Saya and Raz come back up and just hear Pocket say we can go into the water.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hugs to all.
Okay, so do you know how to brew a water-breathing potion? Because I sure as heck don't.
Oh, I could probably kind of figure it out now, I think.
What's
What's
this
a
about?
water breathing potion look like?
Well, I'll motion him over to the table, show him what's left of the supplies.
Go ahead and roll me another intelligence or another alchemy check, Pocket.
10.
All right, still good enough. You're not entirely used to this. Like, you don't even necessarily know what you're doing when you're like accessing these spirits haunting you. But like, you hear various descriptions, and really the only thing you can remember to say is that they're green.
Well, at least based on the supplies used, provided no sort of, unnatural dye or coloring was added, they'd be green.
Like this bluish green vial here. And he kind of pulls out one of the vials that he had pocketed.
Well, yeah, kind of exactly like that.
The various spectral figures seem to be nodding in agreement surrounding Pocket.
Well then, I seem to have pocketed it, about 6 of them. So that looks to be one for everyone.
Was that a pun to say that you stole them?
What can I say? You've been rubbing off on me.
Mind the dander.
Besides, you realize if you drink this, you're going to go in the water, right? And I really want to see that.
Hey, inspiration where you can get it.
And the entire guise of just riding out the entire alchemy thing just kind of fades away.
Yep, the spirits fade away as well.
I don't want to go in the water.
Maybe the spirits, apparently.
It's to save some children, Pocket. Hopefully.
It's
Think of the
true.
kids.
And you do want to save the children, don't you? And he kind of waves the potion right in front of Pocket's face.
I'll snatch the potion.
Before we go down there, mind the vegetation and the ceiling.
There's lots of skeletal hands and such that claw at you. You can avoid them if you're nimble.
Yes. Yes, yes.
How many of those potions did you have, Ross?
6.
Well, Matilda, it looks like you might be stuck here for a little bit.
Why would she be stuck here for a little bit? It's not a character. There's 5 of us who can't breathe underwater. And
Oh, wait, yeah, I forgot. So I can breathe underwater. Never mind. All right, let's go.
Well, I can certainly try. I don't know how effective a bow will be underwater.
If you don't want to go, you don't have to. Somebody should be able to tell what happened to us, if nothing else.
It depends. If you want...
Actually, well, I'll take the bow, sling it over my shoulder. I have my regular rapier, but I don't know how effective you'll be at using it. I don't know if you can fight with it.
I will defer to your judgment. I do not wish to slow you down at all.
No, it's less about slowing us down and more just being able to defend yourself at all.
Well, if she's just worrying about defending herself, why doesn't she stay up here so that we don't risk losing yet another clergyman to these people?
Because we already know that the monsters can come up on the beach.
So it's safer to go down where the monsters are known to be?
Safer to be with us.
Or she could hang out in the boat and start paddling away, or floating away, if things get bad.
It's very tight quarters down there. We probably do not want to overcrowd.
Alright, I will stay up here and await your return.
is
Stay
she
near the boat in case you need to get away.
Alright.
armed at all?
No.
Verity will reach into her pack and give her a dagger and one of her 2 daggers and a. I think she came with a quarterstaff, right? Wait, I have her character sheet. Open! Yeah, she will give her that. Those.
She will. I appreciate that. Thank you. Your generosity is appreciated.
When we come back, and she shoots a sort of like, the mom look at Nanaha. When we come back, I would appreciate it if you would return those to me.
That will be fine.
Stay safe, Matilda. The city's going to need you. I think the kids are too.
You as well.
For the kids! I'll down the potion and jump in.
Chug, chug, chug.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Axel takes it and just goes in feet first.
Well, I don't share his enthusiasm about diving into the unknown. And she drinks it, and she does not jump in, but she like sits down, on the edge and kind of pushes herself off and in.
Yeah, Axel, you
Like a
jump
stone?
in, and yeah, like a stone.
Nana just slides under the water and starts swimming.
Roz downs the potion and joins them.
As we're falling, or I imagine everyone else is swimming down around me, and I've just got the Legend of Zelda iron boots on.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm probably going to need some help getting out of here, guys.
Well, I can probably help. I'll popping out the claws and kind of scraping along against the walls.
I can't see anything.
Can you guys see down
One
here?
second.
Verity should have dark vision as a tiefling.
Yes, it is going to be dark under here, so take that into account.
I will.
I think Nanaha's the only one who won't be able to see.
Axel.
Axel, but I'm
I'll
going
be
to cast
right.
light on my gauntlet, so I
Okay.
have like a flashlight shining off my left arm.
I'll be following Axel's butt. Got it.
It's probably a nice ass with all the,
It's
Clank,
like,
clank,
it's
clank.
what is it? It's 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light. So it's
Yes.
like a decent radius for people around me to see that have vision problems.
Yeah. There is a glowing beacon, and you all can see very clearly there are some small, like, grayish fish swimming about, scattering as you all come into the cave. You see the variety of skeletons that I had mentioned previously, and corpses in various states of decay, some of which are children.
Shudder.
Sai will just keep leading on.
I'm just walking along the bottom.
Kung, 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 kung. That's the sound the boots made, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Verity and Pocket. You each take 5 points of piercing damage, as there are a variety of skeletal limbs reaching out from the ceiling and the lake bed through these like plant material areas. The rest of you either are wearing sufficient armor that they're not able to pierce it, or are dexterous enough to have kept away.
How dare they strike me? Don't they know I'm like made of death? I'm one of them.
And you all come across this gigantic bronze door, carved with various symbols and identifying marks, and a large serpent-like creature.
Are any of the marks other languages?
No, they seem to be magical in nature
Got it.
or symbolic.
Sure. And none of it looks like Morning Lordy religious.
No, it
Okay.
looks. The only identifying things that you see are they are very, very old. I would say, Roz, you are smart enough to tell that this probably predates most of the features in Barovia. Nanaha, I see you have language proficiency.
Sorry, I was poking a button and didn't know it was doing language proficiency.
This door seems to be far older than pretty much everything we've seen so far while we've traversed these lands.
Based off of what she said, she's probably much older than a lot of this.
Roz will take a moment to try to memorize, or at least the best shape he can, all these things so that he can add it to his journal later.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll try the idiot test thing, and I'll go try to push or pull on the door.
Okay. As you go up to push on the door, can you make me a dexterity save, please? Pocket, you take 12 points of a lightning damage as the various symbols on the door begin to glow a bright blue as you try to shove the door open.
Does this door also want to dance?
Don't know, but there's arcs of lightning that strike Pocket as he touches the door.
Well, that sucks.
Okay.
It also didn't budge. It seems like it's locked.
Okay, so this test that you and Axel keep doing has nearly drowned him and shocked you. Let's stop doing this test for a while.
As Pocket swims back, Axel puts his hands on his back and glows white for a bit and heals for 10 points.
Thanks, Axel.
Keep it together, buddy.
Any bright ideas as to how we get through this?
Verity's thinking about her scroll of knock, but I'm not sure how opening a scroll underwater would be viable.
I doubt it's
fine.
written on paper. It's probably on skin.
It's fine.
And there's there's no it's just weird, this weird fucking thing, right?
Yeah. There's you could roll Arcana if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'm sure detonating a fireball in an enclosed space underwater, making what would essentially be a depth charge right in our faces, would be a great idea, chat. Let's roll an Arcana.
You're not able to discern much, but you do recognize some of the symbols as being fey in nature.
Yeah, it doesn't help me at all. Alright, here comes the scroll.
It's protected by an ancient magic. Lamination.
Lamination? oh, scroll. It's funny. Alright, well, hang on. I've got it in here somewhere.
If it's fey in nature, does my Sylvan knowledge help me see anything?
Unfortunately, no, because it's not language. It's fey magics.
Like symbology or just symbolism?
Yeah. You all hear this loud knock as Verity pulls up the scroll, and it's loud, it's audible, it reverberates through the water-filled chamber. And the door clicks and opens up.
Ooh, it slid to the side. Wow. What modern design?
Very smart, Verity.
You see, beyond where the doors had slid off to, there is a series of large stalactites filling the chamber. You see this humanoid creature hunched over this stone table. As there are bubbles surrounding her, she is whispering something to it. There's this large reddish archway that is at the back of the room, and you see two children tied up next to it.
May we have the vision?
Yep, one sec. Sorry, I forgot that I had a thing.
That's fine.
Learning.
Learning.
This was the first map that I did my own lighting stuff with. I figured it out much better when I did the Von Holtz Manor.
I love that adorable bastard. And his dead servant that Pocket murdered.
Yep.
So as we see her, she's the one who's planning to sacrifice the kids. And just
Are
lets
there
the
kids
party.
about?
Yeah, there's two
Yeah,
tied
way
to the
back.
stone arch.
Yep.
Yeah, but no other ones.
Not that you can see.
Oh man, she ate most of them. Oh well.
We can only save what we can.
All right. As you guys are getting close, I need everybody who's not Saya and Verity to roll me a wisdom save.
Is it any sort of charm effect?
Let me double check. I would say no. It is a fear effect.
Oh, right, I'm immune. Because I already made the save.
All right. Days. So Pocket and Roz, you are terrified of her. She is just monstrously ugly to the point of it hurting your eyes.
Thankfully, Verity didn't have to roll a save because she has looked in the mirror before. Hey! Got myself.
No, she's far enough away.
Oh.
She's too blurry.
Okay, I guess I'll go back now.
Pocket.
Verity, like, catches him. Not like, just kind of puts a hand on him. Slow underwater ear rubs.
Couldn't leave well enough alone, could you?
You
Well?
did say you were going to sacrifice me, so...
Yes, but you could have made it easier on yourselves.
Ooh, no. Never make things easier for other people.
Yes, you have that. You have that attitude about you. No matter. Everything is where it needs to be.
What's going on with the kids in the back? I'm not saying this out loud. I'm curious from the DM.
They're tied and gagged.
Are they conscious?
Yes.
Does this fear have a range or duration?
It will be a duration of 1 minute when we get into combat here shortly. Roz, you don't have to run away. You can set yourself up where you were. You'll just have to make saves at the end of your turns. All right. No matter.
If I can, I'm going to try to poof over by the kids because it's within 60 feet, and I'm sure there's a shadow nearby, and I'm going to start trying to untie them.
All right, you can do that, but then initiative will need to be rolled. You can't
I-
you can't untie them, but you can poof over there.
Initiative would be going anyway.
As you do this, she breaks something on the stone table, and like out of the murky lake bed, you see these bodies raise up from underneath the silt in the sand.
I hope these aren't the IKEA
Alright.
zombies.
Okay, that should be the order. Nanaha, you are up first.
I think I'm next to a kid. My vision's a little weird. I'm just untying children at the moment, so... First one, I guess. What do I need to do?
You can do that that will take your action.
Okay. So I untie her, and her or him, and then I'll bonus action poof to the other kid.
Okay.
Thinking of the children gets us in so much trouble.
As you go to untie the other child, there is the red stone archway begins to just hum, and there's this blast of red light that washes over it, and the child you are in the process of untying gets zapped with it, and you see bubbles coming out of the gag's mouth before the child goes limp.
At least the first one I untied can swim away, right?
On their turn, yeah.
I will stop trying to untie the dead one.
All right. Pocket.
Take a swim behind Verity and take the dodge action. End of turn.
All right. You can roll another wisdom save if you'd like. All right. You are no longer scared.
That
What are
sucked.
you doing?
Also, shouldn't Verity be before Pocket in the order?
Yes, she should. Once again, sorry. Verity, you can go first. Pocket, we know what you're doing.
Well, then back up another 5 feet there, Days, because I wanted to back up a little bit. So, Fluffy,
Yes.
how does erupting earth work underwater in caverns?
Oh boy.
Interestingly, I mean, obviously there won't be difficult terrain because you can swim over it.
Right, which is kind of the whole point of the thing.
I imagine it works the same as being on the ground and having flying enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Are the zombies floating or walking?
They're currently just kind of emerging out of the lake bed, so they are
Ooh.
still on the ground.
They're on the ground! Quick, before they float up! Where's my square?
Are the zombies like irregular sizes?
They are like kind of irregular sizes. Yes.
I was just like regarding where their position is on the grid. Is that accurate?
Oh, because they weren't aligned.
Yeah.
Is the one between Axel and I actually large? Is I think where we're at.
No, I would have made the token large.
And we can see that the one that is next, the shadow Roz is not really real, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because he's about to get fucked. So we're gonna do like that. Oh, 4x4 is hard. Possibly collapsing the cave wall or whatever, but yeah.
All right. Click on the spell so the thing shows up, please.
Yes, boss.
Yes, collapse the underwater tunnel we are in.
Wow, that's pitiful. Okay. I don't know.
But also, I assume Roz Ghost was swimming, not touching the ground.
Still it's a 20-foot cube, though. It would have reached up to the ceiling, basically.
Touche.
Yeah, think of it like the Earth coming up, and like some of the shards would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume like the ceiling can blow out too and rain rocks down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it basically just, the Earth itself erupts up, and, like, stalagmites and stalactites crack away, stone rumbling from the ceiling, and both of them fail their save and take the 13 damage. And Shadow Roz is go poof. You all see alternate Shadow Roz get pummeled into a bloody shadow pulp.
She just kind of shrugs and, like, what are you going to do? Sorry,
All right,
that
Pocket.
version of you.
You ran away. Anything else?
No, it was the end of my turn to break free of the field.
Okay. Roz, can you please make me a wisdom saving throw? Thank God. That was the good time to roll it. You feel the fear bubbling up inside of you, and you almost feel your heart starting to skip beats. But through sheer training, determination, you push that down, and you feel your body starting to regulate itself again. It was not a pleasant experience. She kind of shoots a glare. Fine, then. And she will go towards na. Saya, you can go first.
Okay, sorry, I was doing stuff. Yeah. Oh no, now I've lost it. No, come back. Alright, well, I lost my circle. That's okay. We're just going to actually fire an Eldritch Blast at her.
Okay.
Here she is.
We will be adding our extra damage from Genie's Wrath onto this.
That don't double, but still, yay. So that is 19 plus 3, so 21 damage, or 22 damage.
And then second verse, same as the first? No.
He yelps in surprise as this blast of greenish blue just washes over her. And that's just enough for you to be momentarily distracted when you loose the second blast and it splashes harmlessly against the wall.
I was too busy gloating for my grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, there was one thing I forgot to pull up from the lake bed, so I just want to make sure you're not standing on it.
Oh, hello. might have adjusted my actions.
You can
but...
change your plan if you want to.
No, I think what I'll actually just do is we'll just use the bonus action to Misty Step out of this one's range.
Okay. All right. In a cloud of bubbles, Saya poofs away. All right. That. And so you see that these underwater zombie things are actually swimming as they move around. And most of them go to congregate around congregate around Axel, and another going to Roz. And another one swims past towards Saya and Verity. The three surrounding Axel will be utterly useless and do nothing, because they scatter around his anchor of an armor, unable to pierce through. The one trying to attack Roz also does nothing, as Roz is able to nimbly dodge away from the swipes underwater. Okay. One is going to be Saya, and two will be Verity.
Hooray!
Okay. Sorry. It swipes against you, Verity. Its dirty claws striking through your attire, dealing you 4 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a con save, please.
Did it hit me? Would it hit me with an AC of 18?
No, it would not.
Then I would say good. Then we wasted our spell slot on shield for at least something.
So it goes to strike at you, and this dark black void just manifests in front of Verity. The creature's claws scraping uselessly against it. It's snarling as bubbles rise up to the surface. Roz?
So, am I still terrified, and what's the mechanic effect of that?
You are afraid, so you have disadvantage on all attacks while you still see the target of your fear.
Okay, so I just disadvantage while I see her on attacks.
Yes. And you can't willingly approach her.
Okay. Which means I can't go and try to get to the child, because that's closer to me, closer to her than I am now.
Yes.
Okay, well, in that case, I will bonus action rage and stab at the thing in front of me.
All right. Go ahead and roll it. And that hits, most definitely. And your spear just pierces through its swollen and sort of waterlogged body. Stale blood and goo just kind of wafting in the water. You dealt it a pretty grievous blow.
Only got to beat a 14. Good to know.
And go ahead and roll a wisdom save to overcome fear. Alright, you're still unfortunately scared.
You know what? Let's burn my inspiration and see if I can't shake this off, because it seems like a good time to do that. Or not.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
It happens.
Axel, you're up.
All right. Can I make the kitty corner movements to my left, or are those blocked because there's 2 enemies?
You could make them. Yes.
Okay. They would either one would provoke at least once.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
And if you're going across, either way, it's going to be difficult terrain because you're either swimming or you're walking over broken earth.
Right. Well, yeah. I was gonna go. I have my progress. So Axel's going to move there.
Okay.
So if that provokes the top one. Let's roll it.
It swipes at you, but there are only bubbles where it tried to attack.
Excellent. So then when I get here, I am going to take out the fancy holy symbol. So we're going to take out the holy fancy symbol, and then I am going to turn the unholy, and then I'm going to spend 3 charges of the holy symbol to give all the undead within range disadvantage on the check.
All right. This is just for turning, not destroying, right?
Correct. This is what I'll put it in. Oh, I put it in chat already. Yeah, so they just become afraid of me, and if the hag is undead or fiend, she's in range. That's why I wanted to make that move. I don't know she's a hag, but she looks like a hag.
All right. They all fail. It does not seem to impact the hag.
Okay, cool. So they have to move away from me on their turn, and they can only take the dash action or the dodge action.
All right. Sounds good.
And then bonus action, I am going to is that the one? Yeah, we're going to divine favor up my glaive.
All right. Sounds good. Just so you are aware, it will be disadvantaged with the glaive underwater.
Excellent.
Okay, top of the round, Nanaha.
I'm gonna poof over to the other kid and start dragging it away from where the hag is.
All right, that will take up half your movement. So since you're swimming, you're already at half movement, so that would be quarter speed.
To poof over takes half your movement?
To drag.
Okay. Still, that's quarter speed to drag the kid away.
All right, so your speed is 40, right?
Let me check. 45.
Okay. So you can move 2 squares with the kid.
I moved over there with the kid.
All right.
Can't she move and dash to get like 20 feet at least?
She could.
True. Use a key point to dash.
You don't have to use a key point, honey. You already burned your bonus action teleporting.
Yes, so dash still. Thank you for moving me to where I should be then.
All right, so Hag 1, Nanaha 2, Child 3.
Hopefully that means that the door zaps the hag.
There is a red blast of energy emanating out of the gate, and as she's not looking, the hag gets blasted with this thing coming out of the like this energy coming out of the archway. And as it strikes her, you see there starts to be like a shape on the other side. Like you see this snake-like face starting to come closer to the archway. And she takes 3 points of damage. Verity.
Since Nanaha moved out of the way, thankfully, and now there's 3 enemies lined up really nicely, she's gonna try to use that spell that she pulled from the wizard book before. And oh shit, is there gonna be bad effects if she tries to lightning bolt near that close to Axel and Saya?
You won't know until you try.
There's one way to find out.
Oh my god, if I kill the party, I will quit this game forever. But fuck it. So yeah, she attempts to do the lightning bolt again, and as before, like the powers just it does it, but she like flies backward and thumps into pocket, as from the recoil. But this definitely does happen directly in front of her.
All right.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Saya and Axel, please make a dex save as well.
You know, this is a great time for my inspiration.
Well, that was just a flat next. That's okay. That's same as the same.
For anyone still in grade school, water conducts electricity.
I used my inspiration on that dex save. So the second one is...
All right. Saya and Axel, you both take 11 points of electrical damage as the lightning blast from Verity just kind of like spreads out a little further than anticipated underwater.
Oh, that's not pleasant. Every time that happens. Very not pleasant.
On the bright side, if it hit you two, it probably hit all three of those zombies around Axel.
Actually, all of the zombies up there are completely just... Their bodies go limp as bolts of, like, blackish blue electricity spark around them, and they float up to the surface of the cavern. Pocket.
Oh wow. Oh, sorry.
Okay, well, that was cool. Now, please don't zap me. And then, once again, feline agility, but underwater I'm half movement anyway, so what would have been 160 is now just 80?
Yep.
Because I'm going to move and bonus action dash.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I'll move here.
Let's put him close to
And
Okay.
we'll attack this one. This ugly zombie.
Alright, roll at disadvantage because it is, while the rapier is a piercing weapon, it is still harder to swish around underwater. And that resistance is just enough so that by the time you swing towards it, you didn't really anticipate that. You're not a water cat. So, other than a few surface abrasions, there's no real lasting damage to the zombie.
Water sucks! End of my turn.
Is Gatorade
Alright.
better?
Electrolytes that plants
Roz.
want.
Alright. Roz, sorry to ask you again, but can you make me another wisdom save? She looks over at you. Your heart pounding. And there's a sharp pain in your chest as your left arm goes numb. You drop to 0 hit points.
Jesus Christ. is
And
she
are
power
currently
word
dying.
kill? That has to be power word kill, right?
That's all of our fucking front line.
Axel's right there. He's only mildly, sizzled.
That ability only works on someone who's still afraid of her.
He's still afraid now that he's unconscious.
Not anymore.
Progress.
That's my armor boy. Always with the silver lining.
All right. The zombie is going to turn to attack Pocket.
Doesn't it have to run?
Oh yeah, it does. Thank you for reminding me. Do.
Leg it, sucker! Or whatever zombies do.
Hey, thank you very much for the follow, GM Travis.
He doesn't do a swimmy boy away. Pocket, you get an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
Which I will take.
It is also still at disadvantage.
Right in the ass.
That hits.
Unconscious boys don't count as threats.
That's still enough damage that as he swims away, you switch the rapier, adjusting for the resistance that you've had in the water, and its body just falls over and starts to kind of bubble up towards the surface.
Okay, good, because the only way it could have gone is out, and that's towards the one person we don't want in the fight.
Your go.
Alright, for the one selfless thing well, she's done some selfless things in combat, but she's gonna swim over here, and she's going to dump her potion of greater healing down Raz's throat.
Take
All
his
right.
first. So it's an even exchange.
Maybe
It is-
grab that after the fight.
It is going to take your action, your turn, because you're essentially trying to get an unconscious person to drink something underwater.
Oh yeah, no.
So it's not-
I fully anticipated this was taking my action. I also didn't know what your rules on potion taking were, because I know that a lot of
Yeah.
people have different ones.
Normally it's an action to administer to someone else, a bonus to administer to yourself, but since it's underwater and you're trying to combat, water pressure, it'll take both your action and your bonus.
Yeah, that's fine. So she's just shoving and shape watering it down his throat or whatever we have to do.
All right. Roz, you are back up with 15 hit points. And it is now your turn as you come to. There's this, still a weird tingling in your left arm as your vision returns to normal.
Oh no, he's gonna be mad.
Raz coughs and sputters as much as he can underwater. I'm assuming his rage has subsided.
Unfortunately, yes.
He will second wind and create a duplicate, but not actually do anything else.
Okay. Where did Duplicate Boy go?
He got smushed. Into a
Last I
million
saw was
pieces.
he was in the blue circle that I can't fully see anymore.
Ah, there we go. All right. Axel.
So how are spears or javelins going to work underwater? Incidentally, I assume not well.
Spears and spears will work fine underwater. You don't get disadvantage. Same with javelins. If you're throwing it at range, you only get the first range increment.
Okay.
And throwing a javelin is oh wait, never mind. Disregard that. You just only get the first range increment.
And then javelins are 30, 90, is that right?
I think so, yeah. So you just get the 30.
Or just get the 30. All right. So glaive in the holster, javelin out, and first javelin, shuck.
Nice, that hits. You launch it through the water, little bubbles displacing as the javelin flies through the water.
One moment, sorry. Okay, it's a melee weapon attack. Yeah, okay.
Yep, unfortunately.
No, okay. Just one. Let me get my list of javelins reduced for the time.
All right. She, you throw this and, it hits her in the shoulder and she gasps, blood commingling with the water.
All right, and then we're going to go back into the quiver and just rip the second one out for the second attack.
Okay, go ahead. That also is going to hit. She is looking wrecked. She is not in any good capacity for anything right now.
Right, and then I will use a little bit of my movement to swim closer to her and try and close that gap. All right,
Okay. All right. Nanaha? She said she was going to be using her turn to do dope monk shit to drag the kid away. She was running from the bathroom. No, wait. 2. Alright. And then another 20 with Step of the Wind. Or another 10. So, alright. Now it is
take a key point off of that?
Yes, please, because...
Will do.
Yeah. It's hard dragging a child underwater.
You're above.
How would you know this?
I have been a
You don't
child
wanna
and had
know.
to be dragged through water.
Okay, just checking.
Alright, 15, 25, pocket, okay. Okay. Pocket, please make me a dexterity save.
Oh god, it
Oh,
hung on
teeter
that
on
one.
that one.
Alright. You see this blast of red energy just erupt towards you. And your adrenaline just pumping. You nimbly dodge out of the way at the last second. Verity, your go.
Well, first we'll take a bonus action to consume 5 sorcery points out of her 6 to get it back a 3rd level spell slot, which she will then use because she's seen this thing zapping people, right? And the snake appearing in the gateway.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Fuck this 20-foot cube in particular, including the gateway and the old woman.
Okay.
And the kid's body.
He's already dead.
He could still be buried.
I think it's better to have the rest of us live than worry about a kid's corpse.
Oh my god.
And let's be honest, with all the dirt running around, I'm pretty sure it already just got buried.
Maybe not.
Ariel, let's see.
She made her save. All right, and there's starting to be cracks forming in there. You see the snake's visage sort of writhing a little bit behind the gate. Poke it.
Well, I really don't want to get closer, so yeah, I instead will. 20, so 5, 10, 15. I'll go adjacent to Axel. And
Okay.
take the dodge action. And that's what I take.
Okay. All right, she is going to use her action to quaff a potion. And that is...
Would it be her bonus action? Not that I want to make her, not that I want her to do anything, but...
Nah, y'all are the heroes. It's her action. And she will swim a little further back.
I would be curious to learn what these things actually are, or what she actually is later.
Saya?
So I think that Verity... Oh, right, push to talk.
We'll be wrapping it up shortly after this.
Oh, goodness, yeah. So I think that Verity has a great idea, and I'm going to direct my first Eldritch Blast at her.
Okay, that's a hit.
This one will have the cold damage attached for a total of 16. And then the second Eldritch Blast I'm going to shoot at the doorway.
You go ahead and blast it, but the second blast, your second thing of energy just kind of dissipates harmlessly against the stonework.
I think you're right, Verity, but I can't help.
Roz.
Roz he swims up to put her within 30 feet, takes a free action to move his incarnate within 30 feet, and then with action surge, we'll throw 4 blood spears at her.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. The first one misses, but the last 3 hit.
It doesn't matter if the first one kills her. The other 2 are still going anyway.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. How do you want to kill her?
He just glares angrily at the fact that this woman dared knock him out, and just spear after spear just slams into her, pinning her to the wall. And as she goes to scream, the last one just goes right through her head.
All right. Fucking violent, but yeah. And then all of the spears just melt into this blood mist, and her body just lays there limp.
What's the table doing?
What was that?
What's the table doing?
It's broked, but the archway is still glowing.
Thank you for understanding Louise.
Axel, can you make me a dex save, please?
Probably not. Maybe?
You take 2 points of force damage as a blast of red energy connects with you.
Close. I think he almost made it.
Ow.
And as that, you see the archway beginning to shake as this large snake-looking thing just starts to slither out of the gateway. And that is where we will end the session today.
Oh, fuck my life.
Pounce, will you stick around while I do the outro?
Yeah, sure.
No, in chat, so we can talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, well, thank you all so much for coming out and playing, and thank you so much, Fluffy, for running today.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. You guys have a great rest of the day.